Hey everybody, Jay Super Awesome here. I'd like to welcome you all to week number 4 of the HORRORman's SlashBack Saturday Challenge. This week's slasher movie theme is Game Slashers, and I will be giving my review for The Catcher. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. 3 strikes, you're dead. After 17 years in an insane asylum, Johnny McIntosh has come back to the ball field, where he bludgeoned his father to death. With the dream of playing the ultimate fantasy game and the ghost of his twisted father guiding him, he handpicks his teammates one corpse at a time. Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. With this week's SlashBack Challenge theme of Game Slashers, I chose to watch and review The Catcher, basically because it's about baseball and because of one of the lines from the movie. One of the characters actually says, "It's the only game that matters." And as soon as I heard that line, I knew I had to review this movie for this week's theme. The movie opens up in 1981. It's based in California. We have a father and a son who are playing catch in the front yard. The father is played by Joe Estevez, and we find out right away that he is the last person on earth who you would want to teach you baseball. He is just laying it into his son. The movie does progress a little forward, and we learn that the boy has just lost a baseball game, so his dad is at it once again. So he is out on the pitcher's mound, and the boy is in the batter's box, and his dad is laying into him once again. Luckily for us watching, the boy soon reaches his breaking point. Then the storyline will progress to present time. It's here we pick up with the Devils baseball team, who are playing their last game of the season. They have kicked out one of their players, who happens to be the catcher. They believe he is the reason why they have been losing games. We actually find out that he is going to be cut from the team by the new management. We learned that he had a 100 or a 104 batting average for the season, so that's a good sign that he was well past his prime. The team's manager, who seems to have been sticking up for him along the way, has no other choice but to deliver the bad news to him. All of this is happening on the same day that he lost his relationship with his girlfriend, so he is definitely not having a good day. Most of this movie does take place at the baseball stadium or out on the baseball field, so this movie does have a fantastic set location for a baseball slasher movie. I really like the way the movie was shot and filmed. It is a low-budget slasher film, so it does have that low-budget quality to it, but I do like the look of the movie. My biggest issue with this movie is the storyline. Even though this movie has a pretty simplistic storyline, I feel like there were a lot of important details that were missing, especially when it comes to connecting the past to the present. It really feels like some important details were left out. But with that being said, I really didn't go into this movie expecting any kind of fantastic storytelling. I did enjoy this movie for what it is, and that is a low-budget baseball slasher movie. I had fun with it. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the cast of characters we have in The Catcher. So I had already talked about the father and the son in the opening sequence. The mother also plays a small part. It doesn't really take too long for us to see how their tragic storyline will unfold. The main character of the movie is the guy who plays catcher for the Devils. He goes by the name of Walker, and he is having his worst day ever as a baseball player. Some of the other side characters include some of his teammates who no longer support him and just want him off the team. We have the team manager who has always tried to support Walker but can no longer defend him and is giving the difficult task of informing him that he will be released by the team. We also have the new team quality control manager. She has to make all the difficult decisions to improve the quality of the team. Rounding out the cast of characters would be the 2 broadcasters in the booth. Overall, I thought the acting was okay. In fact, I would say that this movie has really good bad acting. And if you have seen enough low-budget horror movies, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. and for the most part, I really did enjoy all the characters. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. And I absolutely love the baseball theme of this movie. The killer is simply wearing a baseball catcher's uniform, and I thought it was a really awesome look for the killer. We do get some pretty decent backstory for this killer, and I thought it was really cool how when the movie progressed forward to the present day, it was the anniversary day from the events that happened at the beginning of the movie. And even though this killer doesn't speak, I still feel like he expresses a lot of character, especially in the way he kills his victims. The kills really feel mean-spirited, and of course he uses a baseball bat quite a bit, but he's not limited to that. He also uses a pitching machine and the spikes on the bottom of his cleats, for an example. And I also love the way he displayed his victims on the baseball field. Really awesome stuff. And as far as the kills go in the movie, we are treated to a pretty decent body count. The kills are not overly gory, but the kill sequences are a lot of fun to watch. One scene in particular really caught me off guard as I was watching it. I was trying to figure out what was happening, and it was just a mean-spirited kill. And it's sort of shot from a weird angle, but it's shot perfectly. And as the killer is walking away, you really realize what was happening. And it was just a really mean-spirited kill. So this movie has a lot of fun kills. Overall, I did enjoy this movie. I thought it was pretty decent. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know if you have seen The Catcher, or just let me know what you think about my review. And I would like to thank you all for watching.